Welcome to Tailboard Talk, a fourth shift fitcast. The mission of Tailboard Talk and the fourth shift fitness is to educate and train fire service personnel to increase durability and decrease the potential for injuries and their associated costs. My name is Chris Morella, owner and founder of Fourth Shift Fitness. I'll use my experience as a personal trainer, strength coach, and 15-year veteran of the fire service to deliver tips, tricks, lessons, and information specifically geared towards the health and wellness of firefighters and paramedics. Each episode, you'll leave with immediate deliverables that will improve performance and resilience and keep you in the fight through your career and into retirement. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so welcome back. And this is actually approximately 16 hours later from when we recorded the last one. And naturally what happened was we finished recording, and then Katie was like, I just thought of a bunch of other good questions to ask. And that happens a lot. It happens with me and Kurt a lot, where we'll be like, definitely didn't talk about that entire topic that we meant to. But like we talked about in the last episode, we tried to do not much during the kids' nap time, and they both woke up around 5-ish today. He was up around 5-ish, and then he had to go wake up Sawyer around 5:30-ish because he thought that she was lonely, so he barged into her room and woke her up early. So now they're both sleeping, and we were just saying it could be for 3 hours, or both of them fell asleep so hard that it could be 20 minutes from now, and they're going to wake up panicked because they have no idea how they got into their crib or in their bed. So, but we try to take advantage. We're doing nothing. We're going to knock out this quick little addition onto last week's, and then watch some YouTube videos and hang out because Katie's got a pack tonight. Still going on her beach vacation. So she probably won't sleep, which means that she'll be up all night making a lot of noise, but in her view, making no noise.
Nope.
So how about you get off your phone for 10 seconds?
I'm trying to follow up with that article.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Uh-huh. Tell us why the second episode.
Well, I was thinking about it this morning after we did it, and I was working out, and I had some follow-up questions.
After we what? After we did it?
The podcast, you creep. So I was thinking about it when we were working out, and I thought of some other follow-up questions, because I realized after it, and the questions that some people ask, I don't really ask you a lot about your day-to-day at work. I just say, how was your night? I never ask you about your day.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to raising kids in a firehouse, someone had asked, I really haven't thought about how we're going to address it with Nathan whatsoever. But then it made me start thinking, well, I never really asked you how you want to address it, one. Two, what's something you're excited to share about your job with the kids? Because right now they're pretty oblivious, as we talked about. And then three, what's something you really don't like about your job? That's nothing to do with kids, but just what you don't like about your job. And then I found this article about dating a firefighter, and it's making me giggle because it's so funny.
Why is it funny?
Well, because I was looking up, did a quick little Google search to be like, okay, what do firefighter family questions or firefighter questions from kids, just to kind of see what kind of questions kids maybe ask. You know, like when you guys go to the schools and they can ask you questions. Well, and then on my Google prompt thing, it said, questions to ask a firefighter while on a date. And then I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole.
Yes.
And I found this article. And
that was one of the questions, is dating still. So you can ask me questions on our dates.
I can ask you questions.
Probably stuff you should know by now.
Yeah, but this is just about newly dating a firefighter.
Thanks. Figured.
And the first thing it says, it can be both fun and nerve-wracking.
Dating one?
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
gotta say, maybe it's because you've always done it, you've been in this line of work, that I've actually never found your job nerve-wracking to me. Maybe because I just don't let my mind go to the actual dangers of your job.
Yeah.
But I really don't worry about you at work.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as physically getting injured.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of mental stuff that
I've
you
been
guys go
hurt
through.
before.
Yeah, but not in a hospital.
Yeah.
Seriously injured.
Right.
I mean, when you were home because you hurt your shoulder that one time.
Yeah.
There was more chance of me strangling you at home because you couldn't do anything and being bored out of your mind than getting hurt at work. No hitting. Nice hands.
No hitting anything. Dad punches the wall.
Dad punches the wall.
We were not wrestling. He was jumping into my arms off his changing table yesterday, and he faked me out, so I went to go grab him, and I punch the wall behind them, but we have decorative wooden words on the wall. And
They're
so
not wooden, first of all. They are metal.
whatever. So I probably dented it, but
Totally.
I punched it on accident. I cut my knuckle open, and so then he had to go get Dad a Band-Aid, and he went downstairs and just said, "Dad punched the wall."
Yeah.
I was like, "I didn't punch the wall." Whatever.
So it just made me. So, anyways, this article was just funny about being nerve-wracking to date one, and I was like, do I not think about you enough in a way of like you
No.
getting hurt?
You don't. I'd say that the mood swings can be nerve-wracking.
From you or from me?
Yeah. Like the first 15 minutes walking through the door can be nerve-wracking if you're just dating someone, and it also could be a lot of like them playing up how dangerous their job is. They work in
Like
podunk.
that trying to do that a little bit of like an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
can be
never did that.
No. No, I remember when you were working at the bar, some guys were hitting on you and they were like, "Where's your boyfriend work?" And you're like, "Oh, he works in this place." And they're like, "Oh, never mind."
That I never remember what you were talking about. Yeah, that guy, because that guy took they were three guys from the local department that worked for the town the bar that blah blah blah. They worked for the fire department that the bar was in. They came in.
Yeah.
And that person that worked for the department wasn't trying to be cute or anything. His friend was, and they were just drunk. And he goes, "He saves lives." And I was like, "Oh, where do you work?" And he was like, "Such and such town." I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Do you know so and so?" And this was we had a friend that got hired there, and then he left real quick to go work at his actual department that he wanted to work at. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I took that guy's spot." I was like, "Oh yeah, like my boyfriend used to be roommates with him, and he's one too." And he's like, "Oh, where is he working?" I said, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a little different," and whatnot. And his whole game plan, you could just see his eyes just in his shoulder
Like,
slump,
wow.
and like, "Oh, okay."
Bummer.
Nothing I'm gonna say is gonna be impressive.
Yeah. And here you are.
Here I am.
Still riding the roller coaster.
Of course. Anywho, so this article is just funny, and then I felt back, so I'm like, "Oh, do I not think about you enough and the dangers of your actual job?"
Yeah.
And then it goes through the other ones, and it's pretty funny. That you're gonna have a lot of firefighter T-shirts and apparel, which you really don't.
I did.
We got rid
We
of
got
a
a whole
lot
blanket
of it.
of them.
Well, yeah, because you'd never wore them, and they were just collecting
Yeah.
dust in the closet.
They were cool to collect. Just kind of, or I think your family gave me a handful. Like
Your
grandma
parents,
gave me a
your
bunch.
aunts, your grandma, my
Yeah.
parents. Well, not my parents, my mom.
Mm-hmm. She gave me my favorite shirt, the one that says "I'm here to save your ass, not kiss it."
Yeah.
It's a hero shirt.
Mm-hmm. She got that on her girls' trip.
Yeah, I had a bunch of that stuff. I had a belt buckle, money clip.
You did.
I still have it, I'm sure. I can't remember what else. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else does the article say?
That you're gonna have some baggage, like the emotional kind.
I got you.
So funny.
Got tons of baggage now.
Yep, you sure do. It says, "Do you have your own code, language, hand signs?" I don't think you have that.
I don't have any secret hand signals.
Yeah, you have mood swings for sure.
You
Let's
have
see what
mood
else.
swings.
Oh, you're not automatic cheaters because you're a firefighter. If they cheat, it's because they're cheaters before, not
Because they're
because.
cops, yeah.
Yeah, that's not nice. And preface that by saying in the beginning of this article, it said, "Why are all firefighters cheaters?"
Yeah.
They're not.
I feel like the author of the article got cheated on by a firefighter.
Maybe. I think a guy wrote it.
These things happen.
Eh. You have a thing for big trucks and lights.
I do have a pickup truck.
You do have
That's
a
one
pickup
good thing
truck.
about the job is I have to have a pickup truck.
You don't have to have a pickup truck, but you just need to have one to live here.
Thanks.
It's been very handy. Let's see. Talking with you while at work can be hard. Now, that's actually a good point, because I also noticed before having kids, I never called you at work.
Yeah.
Rarely. Like, unless...
We don't have much to talk about.
No. Like, there wasn't much, unless something was, like, freaking out or happening at the house that I actually needed you for, or to follow up with, like, something that was going on the next day immediately. I never talked to you at work. And maybe I was because I never wanted to, like, bother you at work, because there was nothing really...
Well, that was also like
And granted, when we first started...
flip phone.
Yeah, I was going to
days,
say, like, I don't
right?
think texting like just started happening when we started dating.
Yeah, I wasn't texting.
No.
I wasn't paying for that.
You had your Nextel. Beep, beep.
Did have a Nextel. That's a fireman thing.
The Nextel?
Oh, yeah. Had the Nextel.
Because, like, your radios?
No, because it's just dorky.
Oh.
Because we're industrial and super tough and rugged and everything needs to be heavy duty.
Totes.
Including your elastic in your pants.
I thought you were saying something about me. I was like, excuse me.
We both have elastic in our pants right now, so it's no big deal. No. Well, that was different because it was, we just barely had cell phones, and then we were hanging out when I wasn't working, and I was working a lot of 12-hour shifts, not 24-hour shifts, so it was different too.
Yeah, I feel like that was like 7 lifetimes ago. I don't even really remember.
Yeah, it was just all 12-hour shifts until I got the contract medic job, and then that was 24s. But before then, it was just 12 hours. And I would do a lot of them, but it would just be 12 hours.
This also made me think too. I remember when because someone also asked about dating your spouse now and like with kids and whatever. And I was thinking, do you remember when I used to work at the bar and I'd get off at like 11:30, and then I'd come meet you and we'd like go out for a drink and go get dinner at midnight?
Yeah, kinda.
Who were those people?
Stupid.
Because now I'm like, it's 10:30. Why are we still awake?
Yeah. I don't know. They were different people.
All right. Anyway, so the next one is firefighters end up wearing a lot of blue and black.
I got away from the blue a long time ago.
You did. You really put the kibosh on buying blue.
Because I was working a lot. I was always wearing blue. And I look amazing in it. Well, it's got to be blue and camo cargo shorts.
Not allowed.
Or any kind of cargo short, really, in a blue firefighter shirt is pretty much standard issue.
I feel like you're a little bit of an outlier because it also says that they talk about the fire life. You really don't talk about it.
No.
Like in the general sense of, like when you're at a work function or you're hanging out with like guys you work with, like you'll chat about stuff, but it's not like the topic of conversation in this house all the time.
Well, it's consuming when you're there. Like it's hard to walk into where I work and just like have a day off. It's either administrative stuff or it's the calls we run or it's training stuff. Like there's not a lot. Once you're in, you're in. Like you don't just go there to hang out with your friends at the department I work at. So it's by the time you're done with 24 hours, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna see you in a couple days. Like close the locker and hang the stuff up in the stall, and then you're out of there.
But like you've never been one to like buy the fire apparel or like have the stickers on your car.
No, not really.
Like the only feel like a typical fireman thing you have is your license plate.
Yeah, that's really just because it's still a donation to the downstate memorial, I think. But if that wasn't a donation, if it was just extra money to pay for that, I would just have a regular plate and just get a like I had the Union sticker on the truck for a while, and then I got a different truck. I just haven't put a new one on. Yeah. I don't even have my own company sticker on there. And somebody actually told me when I went and taught, they're like, you don't even have your own sticker on your own truck. Like, why would?
Okay, but I don't get what's the thing with putting the stickers on the cars?
I don't know.
Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Also, I'm fine being anonymous. Like, I don't need to represent my company when I'm swerving in and out of traffic or not paying attention. But no, not a ton of that stuff. I have a lot of stickers, just like I had a lot of those T-shirts, and I just don't do anything with them. Yeah. There's one challenge coin that I wouldn't mind having. Like I have those ones that the symposium gave away or whatever.
What are those like? What are those for again?
It's supposed to be.
What's the purpose of them?
It's supposed to be that everyone's got one, and then if you're at a bar and you take out your challenge coin and you put it on the bar, whoever doesn't have it buys a round. Oh, is what I understand it to be. It's a military thing that, once again, it's a cool military thing that we stole, and probably bastardized in some form, and now it's just a thing that people do. That's way less value than it used to be because it's not exclusive. Like, and you can go on and design one with Nathan's face on it and get 500 of them. And it used to be like an exclusive thing. Now it's just something that it's like a sticker or a pen. But there's one that's from Tampa. I forgot about it, and it's like a Freddy Krueger one, and it says "No one sleeps," and it has their logo and their station and their number on it. And ironically, it's on Chicago Street, which is Station 6 on Chicago Street. I'm like, this would be a pretty awesome one.
Yeah. So number 9 is you get a lot of stuff and talk about it, which you don't do.
Okay.
10 is you are supposed to eat like a freaking caveman, but you don't really do.
No, it just plays in the dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your moments where you can chow down, but not like you're.
They just mean like a lot of meat. Like all they do is grill, and they're just. I think that just plays in. Well, there's been a big shift, right? Like so, it used to be. You would get out of the military, and you would go be a fireman, or you were working for the railroad, or you're working for like a trades job, and that would you go to the fire department for stability and better pay and a pension. Now it's like you get out of college and then you dabble for a little bit and then you walk into the job with a master's. So it's not like just people that are just getting out of adolescence and into adulthood being molded by this like leather chewing, smoke breathing fire department. It's totally
it basically
thing.
says you guys are meat eaters that scarf it down, which you're definitely a meat eater, but you don't really scarf. I probably scarf food down faster than you do because someone's always running away from me.
Yeah.
I have to run after them.
I protect my food, though.
You do protect your food. You could tell you grew up with a brother. Most of them can actually cook, which brings us to a question someone asked about why you guys don't. Someone had asked previously about why you guys don't cook at home.
Mm-hmm.
But do a lot of the guys are they like really good cooks that you work with?
They're able. Most of them are able.
Everyone's able, but are they actually good?
I mean, everybody's got 2 or 3 things that they're good at, and then just a general knowledge of other stuff. I
feel like I'm learning so much about you through this little funny article. They're not rich, huh? No, they're not.
Rich in personality.
That's questionable, too.
Wow. Even bad personalities.
Oh, here we go. They're at higher risk for cancer, heart disease, and... We're not going to share that last part.
And what?
We're not going to share the last one. Unfortunately, taking their own life.
Oh.
So we could skip that part. That's depressing. I should have read this further. Firefighter conventions are all the time. You don't think you've ever been to a firefighter convention? Like it's
not
like
on purpose.
pre-pandemic.
Not on purpose. Well, we went to the FDIC to run the Combat Challenge, and it was the kickoff for the season, so it was coincidentally at the same time. But no, that's not. I don't seek them out. I'll seek out smaller stuff, like if a class is going on at a department or something like that. But a convention doesn't.
We went to like a couples thing that the fire department put on 5 years ago.
That'd be the largest. Like that was a pretty big event. That'd be the largest I would go to.
Mm. You shouldn't be surprised if they don't bring you on the station when you first start dating. Why is that? Do people really bring in their girlfriends and?
It's in case you a hoe. I don't know. You came to the station a bunch of times.
Over the last 15 years, maybe. No.
You fell down at the station.
Oh my God. First of all.
Yes.
There's a giant water spot.
Whoop! Then it was a hoe down.
You are just hitting it with the jokes today.
I don't know. This sounds like
pre-pandemic, is that that's supposed to be an impressive thing? Oh, come drop by the station.
Oh, yeah.
See my giant truck.
Yeah, when you say it like that, yeah.
Maybe that's the best analogy. Maybe I just don't play into this whole 911 thing or the uniform thing because I've seen too much behind the curtain now.
Yeah.
That it's just not an impressive thing. So I'm just trying to think of if we were freshly dating, would I be impressed by this?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you started telling me what your pension, what your pension and benefits are, maybe that'd be impressive.
Pretty confused why I'm trying to impress you at this point.
They are obsessed with Instagram. They are obsessed with Instagram. It's their social platform. They love pictures and videos. It's number 17.
Just describing
they love pictures and videos, and how many times, and so did this really? This doesn't even make sense. Never mind. That's a stupid one.
This is really just painting. This is talking about a 5-year-old. They love pictures and videos, and they like to eat meat, and they like to wear the color blue.
Are totally.
This is something that Nathan would submit in his preschool class. What do you like? Pictures and videos and wearing the color blue. Do you like meat? I like meat.
Coincidentally, Nathan really likes wearing the color red, so that's kind of funny.
Good talk, dummy.
Anyway, number 18. Firefighters are totally inappropriate.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't have a beard. That is actually a very good. That is a pro to dating one of you people. You can't have a beard.
No
No facial hair. Well, you guys can have gross mustaches.
Yeah.
Which
You can just call them mustaches.
no,
They're gross. They're all gross.
they're all gross. And that's just because you can't have your mask suctioned to your face.
Because your mask has to seal to your face.
Firefighters are educated. Want yourself an educated spouse? That would be a firefighter.
I was educated at the age of 33 on online algebra class.
You're a rare breed.
There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. I know. That was funny. I think that prompted some good thinking on my end because I really...
Good job. And you had to read, too.
I had to read, too. Listen, I came in with a couple questions. I found this, and I thought it gave me a chuckle.
Yeah.
It gave me a chuckle. So, the question I was going to ask you, this whole thing started was...
Yeah.
I never bothered to ask you when we were talking about raising kids with your job. What are you most excited to share with them when the time comes? Like, when they actually comprehend what you do? Because right now, Nathan, like I said, just
excited. Just the parade stuff. Like, they'll be excited to go see the truck or whatever and go see the engines and the ambulance. And they're loud and big and all that stuff will be fun.
Yeah.
They'll get into it and have a good time. Like, lesson-wise, I'm not sure. Probably all the same stuff that you would hope to gain from sports of teamwork and work ethic and... there is an education component. I think the time off will be something I'll try to stress with them too. Of like, that as much as Dad likes being at work and as fun as it is, and you get to do all this cool stuff and ride the cool engines and stuff, the time off is equally as valuable. And so I think we're setting ourselves up well with that, with the camper and planning all these trips and. Both of us being home more frequently now is nice because we get to spend a lot of time with them. So I think instilling that value of like using your time off, maximizing the time off that you have, and also having a job that you like going back to is I think that's a good lesson. I think it's better than like being in a job that you hate and then trying to scrap for your time off and then, then when the trip ends, you're like, I got to go back to this stupid job. It doesn't send the best message necessarily.
That's why I just stay home.
Yeah, you're on permanent vacation day.
Always.
Except for like next week or tomorrow when you actually go on vacation from your vacation.
I just need a vacation from my vacation because my vacation here is just so amazing.
I know.
Every day.
What do you think? What do you think they're going to grasp? What do you want them to get from my job? Because you're going to have more hands-on. You're going to have to tell the lessons while I'm at work. So you're going to have your own teaching to be doing about my job.
See, that's a good question. I don't know. These are things whoever posted that question, thank you for putting it because they really made me start thinking about how we're going to handle all these situations and what I want them to gain from your job and not just, Daddy's at work today and when he comes home, we get to go on vacation. But like how those things happen and like, I think really just show them like the work ethic because it isn't, at the end of the day, the time off is nice, but to be kind of on high alert for 24 hours at a time. Yeah. It has to be mentally exhausting.
I think hopefully it'll teach them to find something they want to do that they enjoy, that pays decently well, and that fits into their lifestyle. And they'll get to see me and Joe get older and then still be working the same job. And they can decide like, yeah, this looks cool at 20 or 23, but Dad's 53 now. He looks like he's 70 and isn't having a good time. Maybe it's not the best choice. It's not a perspective that a lot of people get. They usually get exposed to it early in high school or maybe just out of college, and then that's when they decide to do it for the next 20 to 30 years or 35 years now. And then they don't have besides the one or two times I might go to the station and see the old guy standing around, they don't have like intimate knowledge of that or actually get to see what day-to-day is like as you get into your 40s and 50s doing the same thing. So I think that's valuable for them to see too of like, don't believe the hype and the glamour and all the shiny things when you're young and you're excited to do it because that'll fade eventually, and the job will continue to be the same, if not worse or harder. And so maybe that might be a benefit actually of driving them away from it, which would be fine as long as they find something they want to do.
No, I know. I'm really curious to see how this pans out and what they think of it. Like even with Sawyer too, because I feel like your department's been hiring a lot more women, which I find very interesting.
Mm-hmm. They can drive and vote now. Did you know that?
I meant interesting in the fact of like what made them excited to get into such a male-dominated. You should have one of the ladies on from your department.
Yeah.
Ask them like, why it's such a male-dominated.
Why you do this?
Yeah. Why?
What happened here?
No, I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I love that Sawyer has someone, that she can look up to as far as in like going in that direction, because it's definitely not going to be me. I mean,
Nope.
No, I have to work myself up when they get a paper cut, let alone.
You dropped a large pepper grinder on your foot the other day, and it was bloody.
I have 6
and
holes
you're
on my
just
foot,
fine.
and no one brought me a Band-Aid.
No Band-Aids.
Nobody. Didn't even faint. But anyways, I'm excited for. I'm curious to see like what Sawyer's take is on your job, and if she actually shows any interest, or if Nathan does, and what they'll think of it, and or if it's just because it's their everyday that it's not so glamorous, but it'll be a cool thing for their friends to come over and talk to you about or hear about. Because it definitely is, different than the norm. It's not like you're an accountant. Mm-hmm. No offense to the accountants out there listening to this.
Yeah, I couldn't do what you guys do.
Nope.
I really can't. You guys are the real heroes.
That's why we pay someone.
I can't do it.
Nope.
That's more impressive to me than any stuff that I do.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting. But you should have one of the girls on from the department.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. This would be a good topic for you and Kurt too, talking about kids in the fire department.
Yeah.
Because Kurt's daughter's definitely at the age of understanding what Dad does and in it, because she'll be 9 this year. So.
Well, Kurt, when you're listening to this one, I know you are. 50-50 shot. Put that one on the list. That one's on the punch list.
Yeah, that'd be a good one for you guys.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that was it. I really had one question, and then I went down the rabbit hole of that article because I thought it was
We all
funny.
did, honey.
It was funny.
We all did.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming down the hole with me. Listen, I've been up since 4:30.
Yeah, I would know. You made noise.
4:30. I have so much to do. I have to go make you guys enchiladas.
You have so much to do.
I have to make you guys enchiladas so you don't starve.
Yeah, you got to paint your toenails.
I had to paint my toenails.
Yeah.
I had to finish
You got to watch
packing.
one episode of camping videos.
And I have to do Nathan's laundry.
Uh-huh. You have to massage gun my back.
And I have to pay my visit tax and find my passport.
I got a visit tax for you. God. All right.
I got lots
Thanks,
to do.
guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Be a force shifter.